And yet another obstacle here. Tree bench, train tracks, train coming down the track. Let's see if I can't cross over somehow. Currently in Richmond, I stopped at this Carvana dealership. See all the cars in the tower behind me? Stopped at this Carvana dealership because they have a ChargePoint charger here. The bike was originally in the parking lot here in the direct sun, and it was charging like super slow. Put it in the shade, it just went back up to charging full speed. Today I'm gonna go check out what seems to be the largest or longest gravel road in the Richmond area. About 20 miles north. It's supposed to be an 18-mile gravel road. Super excited about that because there really aren't any adventurous places to ride in Richmond. Everything's, you know, it's all in the city. I can go ride out in the countryside, which is cool, but I really love riding on gravel roads. There's typically no one ever around. That's the kind of place that I love to ride. Gonna let it top up to 100% and then we'll get back on the road. All right, so I already saved my route on the S2 Del Mar app. All right, let's see if it pulls it up on the maps, and we're good. So I think today is gonna really highlight the absolute best case scenario of owning a Del Mar. Maybe you live in the city and there's like some really nice, no, I don't wanna say adventurous gravel roads, but there are some gravel roads that are nearby to kind of get away from the hustle and bustle of other people. That's why I love riding on gravel roads and getting out where I typically like to ride, where most of my videos are, is I just like being alone. I like being by myself. I like being in nature, not having anything around me, any distractions or anything like that. What I love about the Del Mar is that right out of the box, so to say, you can go on road or off road and get, like I know that there are lots of other bikes that do that, dual sports and adventure bikes and stuff like that, but as an electric bike, there's no changes that you got to make to it. That's why I always pick Livewire, because I never feel like I absolutely have to do that. All right, so this is exactly what I love. Just you and the road, and that's it. There's no one else around you. Just out in the country, out in nature. Not the gravel road that I was hoping that it was going to be, but it's still a fun road to ride on. I mean, it's such a contrast between being here and then in the city, and it only took me 20 or 30 minutes to get here. I just hope that we get some gravel action soon. It's supposed to be it. Whoa. Oh my God. Some dumping materials. Alrighty. Is this it? This is it. Oh man, I'm gonna get so many ticks. This is definitely an old road. I need to be mindful of poison ivy and snakes. Oh man. God. There's so much poison ivy everywhere. I'm just riding over poison ivy here, and I'm highly allergic to it. But look, I mean, look, this is what I got the Del Mar for right here. You know, other than adding a top box, which Livewire sells now, I have not done anything to this bike to get ready for this. Everything else is stock on this bike. Well, except for my windshield too, but I don't really count that for off-road riding capabilities. Amtrak. Ooh, a little bit of a muddy spot here. Whoa. Whoa. These tires are not good for mud. Oh my God, I can't imagine how many. Oh, I'm gonna have to like sanitize myself. Shit. I can definitely go into it, but can I get out of it? That's gonna be the tricky question. All right, it feels pretty hard packed. All right, we're good. And yet another obstacle here. Tree branch, train tracks, train coming down the track. I have to let this train go by and then see if I can't cross over somehow. It's high centered. Well, that's what the Del Mar's for. See, there's just some things you just can't plan for. And this is also why physical fitness is important. And I'm not saying that I'm physically fit, because I am certainly not. If anything, I've neglected it. But this just reinforces the importance of doing it. Turns into gravel here. That looks like a fun thing to ride, just to ride the power lines the whole way. Question is, who is this mailbox for? Because there is nothing, and I mean there is nothing around me. There are no houses, no structures of any kind other than these power lines. There's nothing here. Who's this for? I don't get it. And I just flicked a tick off of my rearview mirror. There's a worm on my leg. This little guy. So I wonder what other hitchhikers I have. Let's see where this goes. A proper gravel road though, nonetheless. When Livewire announced the Del Mar, this is what I had in mind of doing. It's the perfect bike for it. You don't have to change anything, you don't have to add anything necessarily unless you want like storage and stuff. But the bike itself, you don't have to modify it to enjoy this, and that's what I really love about the Del Mar, and that's why I got it. It's just like you and nature, that's it. And like I'm not like a tree hugger or anything. I just like being outdoors. Almost my entire childhood was spent roaming around in the woods and stuff and going on little adventures, and so to be back out here, it's almost like me reconnecting with that younger side of myself that just didn't really have the worries that I do today as an adult. Gonna keep going, see how long this gravel road is. I really wish I would have come to the north side first, but this is definitely a road that I want to come back to, and I will come back to when I eventually move here to Richmond. It's really the perfect gravel road. at the end of this part of the gravel road. Now I've got to head back home. My wife has another oncology call. I would say that this was a very successful discovery. I have more fun when I'm exploring a new area that I haven't been before. It pushes me to kind of use my skills as a rider. If all I did was ride the same roads over and over, I'm really not going to get good as a rider. I'm not going to see anything new, and it's probably not going to be as fun of an experience as it could be. So days like today, I had no anticipation of having the bike follow me. Obviously, that's not fun. I'm an experienced rider. I know what risk I'm comfortable with assuming, and I'm not saying that you have to, obviously. All I'm trying to do is just encourage you to break out of your comfort zone, go to places you've never been before on these bikes, have somewhat of a plan in mind. I mean, I'm not going too far away from like the charging network. Today I could easily do 100 miles if I really wanted to, so I'm not really concerned about range, and neither should you. If you have a Del Mar, try it out on gravel road, try to go somewhere you've never been before, do your research, know your route, know where you're going. You know, I have a GPS tracker on me that's on all the time. If my wife wants to know where I'm at, she can see where I'm at. If something crazy happens and has an SOS button, I can hit that. If systems in place in case something really goes wrong, and I encourage you to do the same. Get out there on these bikes, have fun, enjoy them. I'm not gonna lay on my deathbed whenever I'm however old, hopefully I'm like super old. I'm not gonna be on my deathbed and I'm not gonna be like, you know what, I'm really glad that I didn't really ride my electric bike that much so that I could preserve the battery life over the lifetime. Like, screw that. Get out, ride the bike. Run it to zero. Get some experiences, have some adventures, because there's gonna come a day to where you can't do it anymore. And there's gonna come a day where I can't do this anymore. But until that day comes, I'm gonna ride every single day, and I'm gonna try to have an adventure every single day. And that's what you should be doing. Don't be scared about breaking the bike, or the battery health. Screw the battery health. Run it to the ground. You know, money is fungible. We can always make more money, but we can't make more time. So get out there. Ride, have fun, take risks that you can assume, you know, be safe, get out and ride. One day you won't be able to.